Good morning and welcome to chair yoga. Today we're working on the lower part of the body. So that means that we'll be needing space to extend the legs out in front with the legs out separated wider and moving in a twist so that we've got just that little bit of space around us. So come back to that base position, sitting up nice and tall. And the first thing we're going to do is start to do some rotations into the feet. So you'll take the feet out in front and we're just going to rotate the feet. Now what I'm going to do is just lift my legs up into the air to show you how we're going to work this. So as we take the feet forward, we curl them under, out to the side, we spread the toes out as wide as we can, curl them under, spread them out, curl them under, spread them out. Trust me, this is much easier with the feet on the floor, with the heels on the floor. Change the direction of that. So not too fast, and really trying to focus on the movement of those toes as they change from curl to spread out. It doesn't matter how they work as long as you try and do that. And bring them back down. With the hands onto the right leg, we're just going to extend the right leg out, so we're focusing on movement in the knee. Now, it doesn't have to be a big movement, it can be quite tiny, or depending if your flexibility lets you do it this morning, you can go all the way out. As you extend the leg out, maybe you can flex the foot or extend it away, and as you do that, you're going to feel the muscles in the lower leg engage. So you can keep it quite passive and just extend the leg out into a small movement or a larger one. Or maybe you want to actively engage the muscles in the lower leg. The focus is on that movement in the knee. To the other side. So starting out nice and small. Maybe extending it out. Maybe you want to flex or extend the foot to feel the muscle engagement in the lower leg. Or, if today's the day, and it's going to sort of be an easy one, keep it nice and small. Okay. A leg lock. Both hands on the right leg. On the inhale, we're coming up onto the tiptoe. On the exhale, we're leaning forward towards that knee. Maybe blowing a little kiss towards the knee. Inhale, we lift up, drop the heel down. Exhale, bring it all together. The next level of this pose will be to have the hands underneath the back of the thigh. As you inhale, maybe you can lift it up a little bit and come a bit closer. Or alternately, lift the leg off the floor, hands around the knee. Inhale with the arms straight. Exhale, we bring it in. A little kiss to the knee or blow a kiss to the knee. So try not to tuck the chin. We want to keep the arch in that spine up in the neck area the same as the rest of the spine. So we don't tuck it. We just try to reach forward. To the other side. So starting out just onto the tiptoe as we lean forward. And that could be all that you want to do today. Or maybe it can go a little bit higher. Just trying to work with that breath. Or lifting the leg off the floor, hands around the shin, exhaling as we come in. So remembering not to tuck the chin too much. We're leaning forward, bringing the chest forward towards the knee, and then the head drops a little bit. There's no artificial crunch down to do that kink in the neck. We're trying to keep it nice and long. and rest back down. Okay, this is really the hardest part of the practice today, as a leg rotation and focusing on what's happening in the hip. Both hands grab the side of the chair. We lift up onto the tiptoe and we start by just doing tiny circles with the knee. So you can feel a rotation in the hip. There should be no pain in the hip at all. If there's a little bit of noise, theoretically that's okay, but maybe try and change the shape of the circle so that that noise eliminates. Alternately, you can lift the leg up off the ground, or the foot up off the ground. You could make it stronger by extending that leg and keep the circle nice and low, or maybe you can take it high. So with this practice, the slower you go, the larger the circle, the straighter the leg, and with no hands to hold, core muscles are engaged as well. So we change the circle, change the direction of the circle. Now it could be with the straight leg straight, or it could be the tiniest of tiny little movements. Hands on the chair for support, or no hands. So this one can be extremely strong. And release back down. So to the other side, we lift up, we start the circles on tiptoe. Maybe we can take it off the ground, or start to extend the leg a little bit. It doesn't have to be straight. A straight leg, hands away, focusing on keeping upright. And changing that direction. And bring it all back down. Rowing the boat. So just going to take the feet a little bit further out. Make sure that you've got space here on the chair. So I'm closer to the front of the chair now, but I still feel secure that I'm not going to fall off the chair. But just like rowing a boat, we grab our imaginary oars, lean back in the chair a little bit, extend the arms into the air, reach forward. Imagine those oars going through the water as you pull back and up into the air. Now, you can row this boat as it is, or you can row your boat. Maybe you want to let go of the oars and stretch the fingers out because it feels good. Perhaps you want to make it a little bit more artistic and take the arms all the way up to the side. So we're getting this movement here into the hips as we go backwards and forwards. We're getting a little movement into the spine. Lots of work into the shoulders, or very little work into the shoulders. Your call. Change the direction. Don't think too hard about this as you change the direction. And one more. So, always coming back to that base position, but we're going to move off to the right side now. So, we want basically the right buttock's going to come off the chair. So, make sure you keep a good grip on the chair with the left hand. We're going to let this right leg drop down. So, if I did it on the side, trying to come down to this position here. So you stay facing the front of the chair, you get a stretch into the front of the leg. Now this is a variation of what's called a tiger pose. With the leg drop down on the inhale, we're going to take the arm up into the air. Now you can just leave the arm in the air or even just bring the hand up a little bit, trying to get a little bit of a back arch. As you exhale, we come forward. We try and bring this leg up and reach down with that little leg lock again. Inhale, we take that leg down. So the further back you take it, the stronger the stretch in the hip flexor and the quad. Arm can go up or just up a little bit. Exhale, we come back in again. Maybe you can lift up and crunch in, but it's not necessary to do that. So just the one more. So as you take the leg back, the arm comes up with a little back arch and back in. So releasing back and off to the other side now. So the left buttock goes down off the side of the chair as we take the leg down and check that you are safe and secure. So this chair is not actually the most stable that I've got. So I'm really ensuring that I'm secure on the chair. Inhale, we take that arm up. Exhale, bringing the leg forward, maybe just a little bend forward, maybe we can lift. Drop the leg back down. On the inhale, we take that leg back, the arm comes up. Exhale, bring it through again. And bring it back in. And come back to that front of the chair. So now, it's still fairly close to the front of the chair. We're going to extend the right leg out so that that right leg's straight. We're going to sort of lean forward. So I've got my left elbow resting on top of the left thigh. I'm leaning forward to try and get a stretch into the back of this leg. And I can go as far forward as I want, and we're trying to keep that nice stretch in the back of the leg. This foot can be flexed up or flat on the floor. Play around with it, but rather than move it around, once you find the position you want, leave the foot there and just rest forward and just work with your breath in this stretch. On the next inhale, lift back up. We'll swap those legs over. So once again, leaning forward, letting yourself come down, finding what works best. So if the foot was flexed with the right side, try and have the foot flexed with the left side. And lifting back up. Okay, still fairly close to the front of the chair. This time I'm going to take the legs out comfortably, out to the side. So you're up nice and tall. And we're just going to lean across to the right side. So the forearm rests on that right leg. We're going to have the palm of the hand on the side of the left as we lean over to the side. So I don't want you to lean forward. I want you to lean back a little bit so that left shoulder goes back. You can take the hand up a little bit more. So we're just getting a really nice opening. We're just going to stay here. Now the other option is to maybe take that hand up into the air. We bring it over so we have this nice circle. I'm exaggerating it a bit so you can see that you could go into a full circle. But rather than look down, I'm trying to keep that chest open up to the left. If that neck is flexible, you could look up towards the top hand, but that's quite strong. So just looking in front is fine, and you're focusing on that opening to the side. Bring it back up, lift up, and leaning off to the other side now. So hand onto the side of the chest, or side of the waist as you take that arm up, looking back, so that we're not collapsing forward. Maybe the hand can go up, maybe it goes over. So there's a range of options and you stay to the point that feels comfortable for you. So either hand up in the air or hand close up to the armpit, or just stand to the side as you keep that right shoulder open now. Let the head wherever is comfortable, even if it's looking down a little bit. Breathing now into the right side of the chest. Lifting back up. Heel toe back. Sit back in the chair a little bit. Set the position up. Close the eyes down. And that concludes our short session for the lower part of the body today. So bringing the hands to prayer. Hari Om Tat Sat.